Greetings from Mystic Moon. How is everyone today? In this extended cold winter day, as usual, it's cold. It's snowy, it's blah, blah, blah. It's the blahs. However, inside we're warm and cozy and we're thinking about love. Valentine's Day is coming soon. Makes you think about, are you cherished and do you cherish someone? Well, Mystic Moon airwaves, let's extend ourselves far around the heavens, the treetops, the stratosphere, atmosphere, the galaxy. Where is love and is it coming to you and do you have it? And if you have it, is it unraveling or is it tight? Tight. Love is such a mystery. Poems, songs, artwork have all been written about this emotion called love. What is love? Can anybody really have one centralized answer for love? What makes love? Love is such a mystery. Okay, so love is caring for someone exclusively in a very unique manner. We could say that. But then that opens itself up to quite a lot of discussion, unique manner. What does that mean? You could be doing something not so nice, and that would be unique. Or you could be doing something so extravagant that would be fabulous. Love. Why are we built in this complex selves to love? Why is it easier to say, I don't love you than to say, I do love you? This is such a complex subject, isn't it? What is love? The mysteries of loving someone. And all of a sudden, and is it fleeing? And what is, how many types of love? These are all the questions. Are you in love? Are you in love? So, Mystic Moon listeners, the mysteries of love, how does it affect you? What is your journey through love? You have one? What is your journey with love? Is it something you could talk about? Is it something you just feel and it's just so close to you that you can't talk? Or is it so elusive you can't even describe it? And what is it love it's one person feels it and the other person doesn't? What is it? Hello? How are you? We're talking about love. And what is love? Hello, how are you? How are you? Mysteries of love, how does it affect you? Do you have love? Do you want love? And is your love rock solid? Is your love a quicksand of emotions? Hello, Jason, how are you? What is love? Are you in love now, Jason? Do you want to be in love? Are you confident in the love that you have? These are all the things you can ask yourself, you know? I mean, Valentine's Day is just one day, but there is, quite a few other days that we have to ask ourselves, do I really love this person? And why do I love this person? And I just unquestionably love this person. It's all these things. Asking, wanting, seeking. And is it mutual? Of course it's mutual if somebody looks you in the eye and goes through the motions, but is that it? Is that it? Someone caring. Did you eat today? Did you rest today? Yes. And hopefully tomorrow you can eat and rest again. But isn't there something more to love? What makes it sometimes you just feel different? Just different. And how does the other person react to your loved one, react to you feeling different? I mean, you read every day that people are falling in love, out of love, in love, out of love. And it seems like this seesaw emotion that we happen to be riding on. Is it something to do with our societies that makes us in and out, in and out, in and out? I mean, there's lots of questions, and do we have the answers? Yeah, it's all open. You can ask the spirits, what is love? And are you my only love? Right? Are you my only love? Love is a light in a dark room, right? Oops. And then love is romance. Ooh, yes. Love. What is the love? So today we're going to have readings on love. If you would like one, don't hesitate to inquire. Jason, are you in love? Sir, or Sar, or how is your name going? What is this? This is readings on love. Mr. Space. Space. What kind of love do you have, Space? If you even have a name, a moniker that says Space. Is your love the heavens? Well, we're trying to see today, what is the glue? What is love? Love to me is something that I don't always feel the love, but I do consciously. Do you ever stop to stand by and just go, what is this love? I know when somebody else comes towards me and they have some kind of anticipations that if I don't feel it, it seems weird. Do you find that the same? If somebody comes towards you and they just go, they ask you questions or they act a certain way and they catch you off guard, how do you feel? It feels strange, doesn't it? They assume. Is love assuming or is love stated? How would you put it? How would you put it? Is love a statement or is love an inquiry? Is it a condition? I guess so. I guess love is a condition, right? It's love. And then I guess it depends on your society that you're from. I mean, the love, say Americans would feel love a certain way, French would feel love a certain kind of way, English, Indians, Africans, or Nigerians. We shouldn't take the whole continent. I mean, it's just love. What is it? An obligation? The wanting of a family? The wanting of babies? The wanting of someone to take care of you? What is it? No answers. I guess love is different for everyone. I mean, some people just want someone to be there, right? Hi, how are you? Like that. And some people, they don't want to sleep alone. Some people like to keep distance. How do you reflect your love to be? Can a society tell you how to love? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. I guess in a way that societies do tell you how to love. With the marriage laws, taxes, whatnots. You know, outside things. And then they have what do they have? I guess they have complaints, right? Well, let's see now. Do you think that love changes if the circumstances change? Oh, yeah, it does. But what if society just took a huge leap in a direction that wasn't prepared for? And all of a sudden, how does that define your love? Let's just say if like all of a sudden they said, all right, aliens exist. How would you feel about you and your love? If you, would that make, you think someone would be BSing you? Or how would that make someone feel? And how would that change your love? Or if somebody said, like they had in California, they had those fires. How the stress of that, how does that affect your love? Right? All these things. I mean, love is it, how does it bounce? How does it flow? What is this emotion? What if someone dies? How does that affect your love? When you no longer can see that person, you can no longer feel that person. Is love interdimensional? Time on time? I guess in societies that, cherish their ancestors, it's different from those like us. We don't particularly challenge or cherish our ancestors that much. Or maybe we do. The Nine of Pentacles. Ah, that's a good one for love. That's a good one for love. The Nine of Pentacles. Ready and just willing. Making the other feel good. That's love. Right? So if anyone would like to have a reading, I'm going to be here if you want to see if the person you're with, the future of it, the solidness of it, the, the flexibility, the giving, the duration of it. Is it lifetime or is it just space-time? A season, half a year, until something better comes along? Or is it the love of your life, the glue of your life? Don't be shy. Yes, being in love is a wonderful thing. And when you stop loving someone or the experience has changed, you feel almost as though of course, something valuable is missing from your life, or you've just been robbed or something. Something. How do you feel when you stop loving someone? When you declared you stop loving someone? It's not just like not loving someone. It's when you declare your independence from that love. That's different. All right, so we have the pentacles. Let's see what else we can grab out of here. Hmm. Let's see. Let's take something. and find out. Oh, somebody here. Robin, hello. Yes, I do have personal readings, Robin, and get that reactivated. We do have personal readings, private. What is this? Hey, hey, hey. Oh, so we have here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Every time I do it, I know it happened to me once. I got involved in some sort of it was a job thing, and I had to change my account, and it took like forever. It took like forever. It was really horrible. I didn't have any money for about like a month. It took a month. It was really a drag. Really a drag. I know these. I mean, everybody's had their information just like all over the place. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But that's what happened. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Oh, somebody is waiting. The Nine of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Someone is going to have a treat. Someone. Nine of Pentacles. Somebody's getting ready for a declaration. Someone is going to be very happy. Very, 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 very happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Yes, someone is getting, there's a lot of people are going to be very, very happy soon because it's a strange type of honesty that's just surrounding everybody. Everybody's just going, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is a good idea. This is good. This is good. We're good. We're good. And we don't have to have like gazillion people doing the same things that we do because you are you and I am me. And we're good. We're good together. Yeah. We're good together. That's what's so wonderful. This is the age of enlightenment. I mean, it's the age of everybody saying like, we're all going to hell in a handbasket. But however, withstanding all that, this is the age of enlightenment. Enlightenment comes easy when you realize you've been like, blanked up and blah, blah, blah. It's like the moment of realization that there's another, when all of the things come down or crashing or someplace, then there's a pathway. There is a pathway. And yes, it could be a little dark and you need a flashlight here and there, but it's the end of and the beginning of something better. That's what it's all about. Change is all about. When you stay all rusty and all comfy and this and that, I know this, you can walk through your cycle. You can drive your car blindfolded. That's how much every day is the same. Now you're in a rut if that's it. Because every day is a new. Life is a blessing. Living is a blessing. Love is a blessing. It really is. Emotions are a blessing. I mean, it's all right to get like angry at times. It is. It is. It's like, whew, get that off your chest, you know, and to declare and to realize what you have, to realize you know, where you can go with it, or you realize your own value, and to be around people who value you, right? Who value you. That's the blessing. That's the secret of love. Being around someone who is honestly in love with you, they want to see you the best, and they're going to do their damnedest to make sure that you do get your best. Now that is the Knight of Cups, and that is the Nine of Pentacles. They're giving their all. Exactly. Exactly. That's the whole thing. I mean, yes, it sucks to have like, you know, queasiness and wondering, you know, what is this and what is that. But once the door is wide open, you can come, or you can come in, or you can go out, and you realize, hey, you realize that, you know, change is in the air. And right now we are in the midst of so much change. Even when we hear like the same old things from people, from situations, it's like, you know, we can see, like, either we say, this person does not have high intelligence, or this person had a very painful childhood, or I heard this before, or that's not so, or yes, there's only one way, and that is the right way, right? Right? And it doesn't have any, if someone's too much of an egotist, if someone is too much of a, you know, surface person, then we just say, hey, I go deeper. I want to go deeper in my life for things that matter. Right. I mean, that is being full of grace, being full of love. That's the mystery of love. And so many times people, they want to like take that love that's given innocently, and they want to hold it too tight. So it can't breathe, it can't nurture, it can't grow. That's not love, that's possession. That's possession. Possession isn't loving. Given freely must be held freely. And that doesn't mean trashy. That doesn't mean sharing, you know, all sorts of like societies, you know, he things. No, not at all. It's on a higher plane, and that's where we have to go. That's where the mystery of love is. And I really don't think that societies, especially, I can only speak about, well, I can speak a few societies, but I can especially only say the Western society. There's so much unnecessary misdirection. I mean, you even take our cultural scene. Things should be, I mean, culture is love. Love is culture, right? And manifesting those feelings, even when it's painful, because pain makes a gain in another direction, right? It does. It does. It does. And sometimes, you know, it's so very hard. You see society, where's it going? Or where a love relationship, how can a love relationship go go forward or grow in a society that's not loving? That's not loving. My pussycat agrees. How can a society go anywhere if this is, how can a love relationship, how can you have the love if a society is not promoting love? If it's putting a market value on everything, if it's categorizing, if it's worshiping non-loving values. That's a question. If it's worshiping non-loving values, and does our society, what society doesn't? And what if a society is constantly, which they do, societies do, manipulating, you know, changing word patterns. That's a strange course for love relationships. And what if one person who loves a relationship and one person goes like, who falls for these pitfalls, who falls for these scams or these word plays, and you don't? Then the love becomes weakened because you feel you have to be a shield or you have to suppress yourself. And then it becomes like the other person grabs tighter, because it's losing. You only grab tight if you feel you're falling. Otherwise, you hold hands freely, gently, nurturingly. You only grasp each other if you're going down the slippery slope of something that's not loving. It's something else. But then again, you have to ask yourself, what kind of society do societies today for love? Do they really nurture real love? You have to ask yourselves, like, I live in the United States. I have to ask myself, is the United States nurturing love? Love. It nurtures power. Yes. It nurtures money. Yes. And it's kind of equal. Does it nurture love? It nurtures competition. Is competition love? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I think it starts way early. I think it starts very, 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 very early. Yes, I agree. A polar opposite relationships. But those things too, that can be very taxing to be with someone who is your polar opposite. I mean, you can be like, one person can be the roots and one person can be the leaves. Think of a tree, the tree of life. One person's more rooted, the other person's more the top, the trees. But that's still one plant, one cycle. However, sometimes you have to realize too, with a tree, the tree of life, the roots are connected. That's how roots are connected. They branch out. Just like leaves absorb the sunlight and birds come and visitors come, the roots too have their own connection. And things can get a little twisted though if you're too opposite, not part of the same tree of life. And sometimes too, just like a tree of life, it branches out to saplings and something else grows. So there can be some distance. You get distance. Yes. Maintaining a balance. That's an art form. That is an art form. Maintaining a balance. It takes a lot of courage to maintain a balance. It also takes a lot of giving and necessary taking. Not being afraid to take. Yes. Positive balance. But I find maintaining a balance in a society, it's hard in the United States. It's very, very hard to maintain a balance in the United States because they're always throwing curveballs at the population. They're always, throwing a curveball at the population. I think that, first of all, being aware of that, this is not political or anything. This is just always throwing something, bum, 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 as if we need to be, like we're all a set of drums, like playing. There's always a beat. And that's where it gets iffy. It gets iffy. I guess in all societies, there's always some sort of curveballs. But how long can well, we just have to keep trying. We just have to understand and keeping open dialogue. But then again, it helps to have a lot of things in common with the person you love and to build on a common basis. I mean, that's still also too love is like finding commonality. Ah, yes, 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 of course. Yes, of course, that is true. That is true. I mean, I just think that it's one, at one point we're like really at the basis of such a discovery of everything. Right. How to receive, it really takes a lot of maturity. And it takes, I think that's one thing they should start like really teaching like people, like writing in elementary school, like how to receive love. And I don't mean like, sex education. I don't mean that. I mean like how to receive like good words, good deeds, things like that. Without being campy or just being a human, a new type of humanity. I mean, I think they're very fast to talk about reproduction and things like that. But how to accept good feelings without being judgmental, without being, oh well, that's the best, things like that. I mean, that's a thing that I think that would be a good lesson or a good discussion or a class. Yes. And I think I do think they have like a shortage of children now because, but not many people want to become parents. But I think when you become a parent, it's still iffy about what society wants you to do, wants to do to your kids. You have to be really careful when you're a parent. I think so. I mean, there's so many pitfalls and so much, your kid is mine after you do all the hard work. So, and that's the thing too. I mean, they just want to take your child. I mean, every society, I mean, you need to have children to have a future of society. So they say. You do. It's fact. But where is the society when you have a war society like Spartan, like a war society, not philosophical society, not a giving society, but a society that measures everything in terms of the value, numerical value, financial value, or something just cold. That's the thing right now. I think the United States is extremely cold, very cold. Has been for a while, very cold and very, I mean, graphic, yes, but to the point of caricature, not real beings, not real emotions, and just being dominoes. Like if the thing falls, it all falls down, like that type of thing. And that's very, very hard. That's very, very hard on a relationship, a love relationship, and it's very, very hard on children. Yes, yes. I mean, and I mean, there's too much. In other words, I guess I'm saying, how is your love? How can you be in a loving relationship when your environment is decadent or too mechanical, or just not taking in your entirety as a human being? And that's, I think that's our problem right now. In terms of even, it's very hard to stay in love with someone when you're in a civilization that doesn't respect or crave love. That's funny. Well, I'm glad. Well, that's cool. gave birth to your husband. That's a good one. I like that. I like that very much. That's funny. That is really funny. That's funny. That's very funny. But I do think that it's a battle. It's a battle right now. And there are a lot of restrictions and a lot of things that need to be addressed. A lot of things that need to be addressed. That's wonderful. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yes, I'm trying to count my blessings too. And also, to reach out and express. I mean, I do think that we have to really, right now it's exciting because the love in so many areas is overflowing, really. But at the same time, they don't wish to acknowledge it. I mean, our businesses, it seems like our corporations are very different from the heart of the people, the way that the heart of the people needs to be. I mean, and that's what the stress is. That's the stress factor. And I think that children can, I think that we are, our child within ourselves, we see that. Like, I mean, you just take like every single show that's put in our faces, it's just, do you really need to see that? Do you really need to feel that? Do you need to hear that? And the answer usually is no. Right? You don't need it. It's not going to make your love stronger to your partner. It's not going to make you love humanity more by being involved with a lot of corporate things that happen. And that is something that we have to figure out. But it has to be the humanitarians, a new humanitarian movement towards peace, towards growth, towards families, towards love. Not the peace and love of the 60s or the 70s. No, not like that, because that was all like, uncomfortable music and drugs, and there was war talk, of course, but there's more war talk now. And the music, etc., the culture needs to be redefined. We are redefining ourselves, actually. We are redefining ourselves. And we're saying, no. Yeah. Well, we're in the middle of a revolution right now. And the revolution is cosmic love. It's joining the cosmic order and a real new definition of love and culture. We're sick and tired of hearing about, personally, I like to hear poetry, real poetry, not like shouting about some trash acts. Not interested. I don't want to see certain things. I know they exist, but it's not necessary I don't find adventure in things that are revolting. Right? Why? And two, it's like, it's like it's something and also too, so much of our culture is built on the themes of the world. I think World War II or the past. Like if you tell something over and over again, it becomes the truth. No, it doesn't. It becomes boring, right? If you say something over and over again that's untrue or it's one-sided, it's not the total picture, it just becomes boring. and you shut off to it. It's not like I heard that statement, I heard those words. I mean, 50 times. I'm not mind controlled to accept it. I just feel like my brain just shuts off. Right. No, but there is a definite movement for a new type of everything. And not just, I mean, we're not talking about dominance. We're not talking about we're talking about reality. A new type of realness. Realness. That you don't make money off of it, but it's like, I mean, it has guidelines. You want to join the cosmic order. I guess that's kind of it. I mean, the words aren't exactly correct yet, how to define it, but it's something about joining with others. Joining. And redefining. And just stop trying to control everything too. I mean, peaceful cohabitation. That's a word. I'm not saying that like, I mean, that's what we don't have that type of political insight yet. Peaceful cohabitation, but that should be the goal. That is the goal. That is the goal. So if anybody would like a reading to see how you're making out with your situation and how you are, the two of you, how your love is feeling in the midst of all this chisel conflicts, and also this breakaway of finding a new direction. I know. It's just that I know. It's easier to say someone who believes in the cosmic order and call them crazy than to accept the fact that there is a cosmic order, that there is all these things that, certain things have been existing for quite a while, and they don't want to talk about it. Why don't they want to talk about it? Because it lessens the control. It lessens the material, the materium. That's what they call it. The materium, the materium factor of like, it's almost like a belt. You keep your pants up, right? You got to keep on putting that notch higher and higher and higher and higher, because the sheer beauty of reality, it must be always camouflage, must be like hidden, must be guarded. I know. I find that like it's very hard for. It's very. I find it very hard to be with. It's very hard to be with someone who is flexibility. You got to keep who's not flexible. The flexibility is very important. And actual look at this. I mean, this doesn't. Why the why of things, the why, and always asking the word why, almost like a child. Why? And that is something that's just so one-sided. That's one-sided. It's so one-sided. It's so like it's almost like it's like the caveman era. I mean, first of all, realizing that there's nothing solid ever. Everything is a state of motion on a physics level. Everything is moving. Everything is moving. The atoms, the molecules, the electrons, the protons, the photons. Everything is movement, and that staying still or being in one state is a fantasy. I mean, that's the real beauty of like space. And then giving that space in your relationship too is very important. That's the problem. I find people that don't understand light and love. It's a biggie. It's a biggie. It's a biggie. I mean, you think about, okay, you got to protect your nest, your side. Yes, true, you have to. But at the same time, it could be like, you sit on it, you hold it too much, it becomes a prison. It becomes like dried up, dehydrated. There's no sunlight getting in. There's no light. There's no moisture. It's just becomes closed, too closed. Sometimes I think that certain people think if they give in to the possibilities, they'll be seen like an airhead or sketchy, or that's a place that they don't feel they can't command, they can't control. You really can't control too much, because even if you you think you're in control of this and that, but then there could be an earthquake, there could be a tornado, there could be lightning that strikes you. I mean, there's so many factors of ifness. Whereas I think that if you understand light and love, as well as other dimensions, it becomes more fulfilling, more saturated, more something. What's the word? Tell me, what's the word? Yeah, I mean, if you I look at you, you look at me. I could be speaking to you in a legion of spirits around you. You could be listening to me, and I could have a legions of spirits around me. And I'm not talking about beings from other planets. I'm talking the spiritual world, the world of spirits. There are spirits. There are also beings from other planets. I mean, why is that so hard for people to accept that this condition is reality, right? Why is it so hard? What are you giving up? You're giving up your space. Like, you can have a piece of real estate, right? And you own it according to the laws of your society. However, that piece of real estate could be harboring all types of, spirits without bodies, spirits of another realm, and beings from another planet. You don't know, and we are not even, and you don't know, and it is something that some people would feel uncomfortable with. But there are spirits. There are things. There are life forms, beings. They're everywhere, doing everything, and they also often try to make contact if you're open. Right. Right, exactly. I mean, there's a balance. But it's very irritating on one level when you're open. I mean, open. And then you're around people that they don't want to go there. They don't want to go there. They can't. And they disavow or discount what you do or how you think. You can tell. Even though they may not say it exactly, you can tell. And that is unfortunate. Unfortunate. I think a lot of people resort to alcohol and drug stimulants, etc., and other things, other activities, because that flat world they live in, flat, is not satisfying. It's like they know that they want to give themselves a good kick in the backside because they can't comprehend the complexity and the simplicity at the same time. Exactly. Yes. Oh, I mean, it gets so you can't just call anybody. I mean, with like the different things that have happened in the last 5 years, it becomes even more oppressive to be around certain groups of people. They just cannot, will not, they will not. And when they talk spacey, I'll put the word spacey, like, I mean, when they talk about spiritual evolution or mindfulness or meditation and stuff, they still have, or they have like they have to be stoned, they have to be drunk, they indulge in these, I would say, these non-beneficial activities, to put it that way. Because I mean, the real bliss of life, the bliss of living is so great. I mean, really, you can feel the air around you move. I mean, you want to get your spirits like on your side. You want to get your entities going. You want to like move it, move it, move it, because we're living in a very, almost like a, what is that? Not Play-Doh world. What is that other toy? The one that locks together. Lego, a Lego world. It's either you live in the real world or you live in a plastic Lego existence. That's how your relationships become. They become a Lego relationship. And that is worrisome. It's like, then you get more and more space between you and your loved one, because you say, I can't stay in this Lego house. I can't stay in this Lego heart. I can't stay in this Lego room. That ruins a lot of relationships, a lot of growth. And then the person is just so fearful about getting out of that Lego plastic world of control, because they have control over that plastic world. And in the real world, you don't have control. You have to assimilate. You have to become one with the elements around you. And I don't mean the people with the narrow minds. No, I don't mean that. The air, the earth, the vibration, the cosmos, the heavens at night. It's complicated. It's complicated. But it's simple at the same time. But it's complicated because not many people want to take that path, that openness. They don't want to. And that's what gets in the way of a lot of love relationships. That gets in the way. Letting go of the Lego world, the Legos. I used to think, Legos are good. Puzzles are great too. I'd rather have a puzzle than a Lego. But even you take the Lego, the little shape of the characters, it's so angular. It's like it's like a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. This fits, this doesn't fit, this fits, and it doesn't. Like that. Whereas the real world, it's molding, it's growing. The elements are like weaving into realities. I think there's too many mysteries too. If you really let go of your Lego world, there's too many mysteries that you would be forced to deal with. Like, I think at the top of the food chain on this, like, I really don't think that humanity are the only ones on this planet, because there's so much diffusion, so much is kept hidden. The hidden. It's so much like, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. And don't speculate. Do what I say. It's too much boss. Too much boss. Too much boss. Too much theater. Too much aggression. Too much, shut up. But too much like that. That's what. And those relationships, those are the things that wear on a love relationship. They wear, and the love changes. It changes. right? Yeah, I know. And the societies, this society, U.S. society, does not really. It's very limited. It's very, very limited, and it's very controlling. Always, always. It's very controlling. Very controlling. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's not more open. It's unfortunate. Like there's only 5 ways to do this. That's it. That's it. And if you don't do it those 5 ways, you get castrated, or yeah, you get castrated or stigmatized. So they try to, but I don't know. But as I do know, this is an age of openings. This is an age of confrontation. Of like, I believe this exists. I believe in the cosmic order. You don't? Well, why not? Why not? Oh, because this is the only planet. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's millions, billions of planets, millions of galaxies. Shut up. Yeah. Yes. Right. I know. It's a cycle. A cycle. We have a lot of growth we have to do. Me too. I love to talk to you too. I don't know. We just have to kind of come together about like what, all the things that affect love and relationships, and the mysteries. Sometimes the mysteries. It's like love is a core feeling, and then you get wrapped around with these things we've been discussing. And then, I mean, it wraps around the core feeling. And then sometimes it either like puts it out or tightens it or makes it sweaty or makes it cold. It's complex. It's very complex in terms of how we react to these things. I mean, and your own personal growth is complex. And knowing too that a lot of people don't like to deal with expansion, extension, the cosmic order. They go, oh, we don't go there. And that's what we have to change. We have to change. So, again, if anyone would like a reading, I'm here and available. And I guess I've been chit-chatting for a while. Also, I know everything is opening up, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. And what's kind of, it's a little, I was expecting that we'd have some sort of more declaration towards the cosmic order by now. I was expecting that we would come to terms about like what are these things in the sky, right? And yet there's a pause. There's a pause. There's a pause. There's a pause, and it's just talking about stupid things, stupid things, stupid things. Real estate, real estate, real estate, and what else is talking about? Real estate. Basically, it's all about real estate, confiscation of real estate, and the desire to acquire more real estate for control. But it's not about cosmic order. It's not about taking our place in the heavens. No, it's none of these things. It's not about explaining what are these fancy these orbs and things in the sky. What is this? What is this? What is that? It's not about that. There's a lot of misdirection. There's a lot of shh, quiet, quiet, quiet. Right? Yes, the kitties, they're sleeping right now. In Scotland, they want to ban, in Scotland, they want to ban kitties. You can't have kitties, they say, because they eat too many birds and bats and stuff. But like, or some places you can have a cat, but you can't let it outside. Now, I mean, I have cats. Mine are indoors, and they are leash trained. And to me, they're ticks and bugs outside, so I don't want my cats outside anyway, because I don't want to have ticks and bugs running around. But the fact that they would even say things like that, I mean, so every inch of your life is like blah, 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 right? They're not necessary things. And instead of thinking maybe there's a planet that cats rule, right? There could be a planet that cats rule. You don't know. We don't know. Right. I mean, it's just that, like, and one person, it's like you have to realize that it's not, I mean, there's a lot of flaws in humanity based on propaganda, based on real estate, like acquisition, like one person can't live everywhere, or you have to live one place. And there's so much covetousness about having a home. You can't have a home, and even when you have a home, do you feel like welcomed in that home? That's the question. Do you feel welcomed in that home? Did you grow up in a household that you felt welcomed in your home? Or were you just like biding time until you can cut loose legally? These are all the questions. And we definitely, I think in a capitalistic society, we definitely have a thing about real estate. And control. And all these things affect the love. And then, of course, too, you're going to more control, more control, more control with AI coming, getting all this rah, rah, rah from machines to control your every inch of your life. That's more control, more control. So there's quite a battle of when you open up to the cosmos, you can't be controlled, and that's probably why they don't want cosmic order, because the cosmic order is real freedom, connecting. Okay. Well, good. Well, I think I'm going to take a break now. And if anybody wants a reading, do let me know. But I will stay open a little bit, but then I have like other things to do. So we'll see. If anyone wants a reading, you can come and let me know and type in. Okay. You're welcome. You too. You too. Yes. Okay. Bye. I'll be back. But if anybody wants a reading, just type in. I'm around.